New Year's Eve, and there's a lot of wrestling news about, which was a surprise to everybody. What a noteworthy episode of SmackDown. You've already seen the title. We had a return and a new champion crowned, Adam.
Come on, she's back.
And better than ever.
Well, let's see. Yeah, Charlotte Flair's back after Ronda Rousey defeated Raquel Rodriguez last night. Charlotte Flair made a shocking return, challenging Rousey to a title match then and there. Shayna was all like, no, don't do it. But Rousey agreed. And then after about a minute of action, Rousey going for the armbar, Flair counters, pinfall, 1, 2, 3. So she is our new SmackDown Women's Champion. How are you feeling about this, Thomas?
It came out of nowhere, I must admit. Yeah. Top marks for
good way to do it. Yeah,
Charlotte, who actually went on Twitter last night, were posting photos seemingly somewhere in Europe. I'm sorry, I didn't know exactly where they were, but doing the whole, here we are on a lovely holiday and definitely not at the wrestling. And then there they were. Charlotte's reaction seemed positive. I don't think it was as loud as maybe, I don't know. I didn't get the vibes that it was a massive ovation, clearly being positioned as a babyface upon her return. I thought, it's a surprise at least. It was a surprise.
That's it. I think it was executed really, really well. If it had been anyone else, I'd have been a lot more excited. Do you know what I mean? I just feel totally burnt out. When it happens, sort of felt nothing. It's a weird thing, and I get it. I get what they're doing, and I've said for a long time, and I stick by my words. I think Charlotte is one of, if not the best female wrestlers in the world. I think she's incredible in the ring, but I feel like I was really enjoying our time off.
The old phrase, "How could I miss you when you never go away?" And then they go away and come back and go, "Oh, actually, yeah." Yeah. It's bad, isn't it? Because you're right. I agree with what you're saying. She is in ring, one of the best wrestlers there. But for some reason,
I just think myself, maybe you, maybe people watching this video, just a little bit burnt out, and I think they'd have to do something seriously big, as far as sort of a change in character goes, to make me care about Charlotte Flair again. Because to me, breaking the record, holding the belt a billion times, it's not enough. I want to see something a little bit different. But good luck to her at everything. That sounded really patronising. Done that. Yeah, go on. Good, go on.
Get in there, Slugger. Well done. Amazing.
Because she is so talented. Let's give it a chance, eh? But I'm not excited right now.
There was another return last night on SmackDown as well. Drew McIntyre back after a few weeks away. So he suffered an injury to his eardrum during the men's War Games match back at Survivor Series. He missed out on a tag title match with Sheamus. He missed out on the WWE Holiday Live tour, but he returned last night to save Sheamus from a post-match Bloodline beatdown. It looks as if Drew is going to stay in the mix with the Bloodline. I don't see him in a title picture anytime soon. Do you?
No, not at all. And I think that's fine. I think Drew is somebody that can be inserted pretty much anywhere on the card and provide good value, have decent matches, and he'll just get back to the main event, to the title picture when the time is right. That's totally cool, right? You don't, because I think maybe people thought that he was there a little bit too much 1.5, 2 years ago. He was around the title picture quite a bit, so I think that it's give him credit where it's due. He's just established himself as a guy with tremendous versatility who can do it all, and I'm enjoying seeing him in this mix. It makes sense as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, he can do it all, like you say. He's one guy that he's very much the company guy. I think that's going to be his role for a long time now. You can put him in any tier on the card, in any position with anybody. He's a great guy that you'll take out on the road to fly the flag for WWE. He is comfortable in pretty much any media environment. He's a perfect WWE guy through and through, and I'm sure there'll be exciting things for him.
You know what I see him as? Sorry to ruin your segue there, Tom.
That's all right, mate.
I sort of see him as the next Randy Orton. A guy who is largely pretty safe in the ring, right? Who is you're able to put in any kind of match, and thus he's going to have a really long career because of it. And I know obviously things aren't great with Randy right now, but I think he's just going to be there forever, doing the Drew McIntyre thing, reinventing himself from time to time, and he'll just slot in anywhere.
Nice. That's true. That's a good role for him to take as well. To get back on the segue, not my words, the words of Simon Dean. Let's go back to SmackDown from last night. Thank you very much. Bray Wyatt.
You really deserve the credit.
Bray Wyatt.
Love you, Simon Dean, as well. Shout out to Simon.
Oh God, yeah, we love Simon Dean. Love the bones off of Simon Dean.
What's that about Bray Wyatt? What?
It's been a while since we've done this, isn't it?
Bray Wyatt is sort of like this generation's Randy Orton, if you think about it. Who is, in a way, this generation's Simon Dean.
He is indeed.
Yeah.
I mean,
Bray Wyatt's got a match, right?
I'm gonna let you guide us how Simon Dean is Bray Wyatt.
All the characters that he did, like sort of Uncle Howdy is a lot like Nova, whereas like what we're seeing now is more like, right, he's got a match at the Rumble against LA Knight. It has been announced as a pitch black match, sponsored by Mountain Dew. So they had a bit of confrontation last night. Uncle Howdy making an appearance, and then just to confirm that they are two totally different people, Uncle Howdy hits Bray with a Sister Abigail, executed to perfection. From what you could see, it was quite dark.
It looked good. This gives us any idea, any indication as to who is playing Uncle Howdy. I think it's going to start the Bo Dallas rumors again, isn't it?
I think he's too big to be Bo Dallas, unless they're using somebody else. I think the body's a little bit too chunky, maybe. I don't know. It might be. But he looked like a similar size to Bray, and Bo Dallas wasn't a small guy, but Bray's a little bit more heavy set than his bro, right?
Quite possibly, unless he's been beefing up in his absence.
No, that's true. I've not seen him. I've not seen him in a while. Who do you reckon it might be?
I think it's Bo Dallas. Yeah, I feel like it's a beefed up Bo Dallas. We may even find out in said pitch black match, which we know is now, it's called that because Mountain Dew are bringing out a drink called Pitch Black once again. It's a limited edition drink they bring around every couple of years. It kind of takes away the allure slightly of a spooky match featuring Bray Wyatt when it's
totally agree.
Sponsor on it.
Bray's first match back proper, except for the house show stuff, obviously. Like, this is his big thing, and we're going to see it covered in Mountain Dew logos. Like, and not the match itself, but like all of the video packages and all of that stuff. No doubt, it's a bad shout for it to be Bray's. He should have given it to some other spooky arsehole, right? What's that? I don't know. I think it's foolish. I'm looking forward to it though. I haven't tried the particular drink. Seen the movie with Vin Diesel. Was that Pitch Black? I think it was. With Simon Dean as well, right?
Simon Dean's in it as well. But imagine them doing that like back in the heyday of wrestling, the Attitude Era. Hell in a Cell, sponsored by Ginster's Pasties. Like, it takes everything away, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's the wrong match for it. But let's enjoy the match. It might be a fun match. I'm different to everybody else. I'm quite enjoying the slow burn. As long as we see progression, then it's cool. And I think we've seen that at least in recent weeks more so. I'm still enjoying the Bray stuff, but I know some people are different.
How do you feel? Do you know what? I'm all for it right now. Still, I'm not burnt out by the spookiness. There's a lot of people who I've spoken to have gone, I really wanted like something to get my teeth into by now, you know. Yeah, and we've had quite a few promos and quite a few bits with LA Knight. I think the Royal Rumble is where we will start to maybe sort of speed up things a little bit. We'll have a match with LA Knight and then something big for WrestleMania for Bray Wyatt, I do believe. So we'll start getting there from sort of now, I think.
And to answer your question, I don't feel very well, Tom. I think I've got COVID.
No.
But other than that, I'm grand. IC title match announced for SmackDown as well.
Exactly. So Gunter and his mates in Imperium beat up Braun Strowman last night. Ricochet made the save. This has led to, for the January 13th SmackDown, Braun Strowman challenging for the IC title once more. Gunter works some magic with Sheamus. Gunter has proven one of those guys that can have great contests with smaller lads and bigger lads. Is he going to work some magic with Braun Strowman here?
Yeah, I think it should be good. You know what? Like, just because of his size, former world champion and everything, a win over Braun Strowman is a big win by default. I don't think it's going to be an all-timer match. I'd love to be proven wrong and everything. I think it'll be fine and everything. But it's a big win for Gunter, and that's totally cool with me. You know, I'm not a Braun fan. I've never really been a massive Braun fan. I think he's underwhelmed since he's come back. So have him put over somebody who's more interesting, eh?
So he's not a bit like Simon Dean in your estimation?
No, Simon Dean was way better than Braun Strowman. Should have given him the strap.
We'll end on some tributes to somebody that we lost yesterday. The news came down from Mike Tenay. He tweeted out, just heard from wife Terry that our brother Don West will be spending New Year's Eve, New Year's in heaven. Terry said D-Dub finally had to tap out from his match with lymphoma. We bonded as soon as we met, both as broadcast partners and friends. Years of great moments, both on and off camera. Don West passing away at the age of 59 years old, as Mike Tenay says, after a battle with brain lymphoma in 2021 and onwards. There was a tribute on SmackDown by Michael Cole. I loved it so much. What a lovely little message. He just put out a thing wishing the best to the family of Don West, who he said made an impact in the pro wrestling business. That's a classy move by Michael Cole. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's cool. It really is. He's a guy, like, he's alongside Mike Tenay. To me, he will always be the voice of TNA. His energy and enthusiasm was so unbelievably contagious. He was a joy to listen to. And I couldn't believe it, because I'm a big QVC fan, obviously, and he used to pop up on the occasional UK episode. And when I saw him on TNA, I knew him already from QVC. And he's got like that sort of Billy Mays. He's just so like, only a few people can pull that off. Don West is one of them. And it's a great loss. It really is.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, as you say, he was a big hit on the Home Shopping Network. I believe Will Ferrell parodied him, or Will Ferrell and his team parodied him on Saturday Night Live. Like, that's how influential he was outside of wrestling. He came into wrestling with no experience of commentating. And like you say, that passion, that enthusiasm, that energy just resonates everywhere. In a weird sort of twist of fate, a weird bittersweetness, we lost Pele just the other day as well. And it was Don West that coined the term the Pele kick for AJ Styles.
Oh, yeah, right.
That's a bit of weird serendipity with this happening at this time. Impact Wrestling putting out a tweet saying Impact is heartbroken to learn of the passing of Don West, one of the defining voices of our 20-year history. Even AEW put out tributes saying they join the world in mourning the passing of Don West. Our thoughts are with his family, his friends, and his fans. And finally, Jeff Jarrett paying tribute, saying, when I received the text from Don's wife earlier today on his passing, I had an overwhelming feeling of mixed emotions. So happy and relieved for him that he was out of pain and his cancer was gone, but for the finality of his death was so dark and it hurt. We FaceTimed just a few days ago, and because of his situation, it's the only conversation that I've ever had with him that I got to do all the talking. I'm sure he hated that. We reminisced, we laughed, and I got the final opportunity to tell him that I loved him and that I will see him again one day. You're going to see so many tributes to Don West on socials over the next few hours and the few days, because every time he was on camera, and he was energy personified, wasn't he? Just amazing.
Yeah. People seem to really love him. Everybody who worked with him has got nice things to say about the guy. It's incredibly sad, but to echo what Jarrett said, is a good thing that he's not in pain anymore, because he'd really been through it. So rest in peace, Don.
We send our best from Cultaholic as well, and we wish you a happy new year. Just a few hours left of 2022. Be well soon, Adam.
Thank you very much. I don't know if it is. I've done a test that came back negative, but I've got all the symptoms, basically.
That's doing the rounds at the moment as well.
Oh, everything's doing the rounds all this. You talk to anyone, there's something doing that. Shut up.
Like Simon Dean in his segue, it's doing the rounds.
Oh, it's so good. That was amazing. That's why we hire you, Tom.
We'll have more wrestling news throughout the day at cultaholic.com. Happy New Year and love you. Bye.